Hey, this is Kim here, the Divine Warrior Goddess, and I have been urged to talk about simplicity. And there's so much information out there about ascension, dimensions, star seeds, angels, and it can get rather complicated. And this message is about bringing everything back to simplicity, as it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be complex. Um, it can be very, very simple, as I just keep receiving the message to keep everything simple. It doesn't matter what dimension we're in. We know if our life is going sideways and we are in misery, we are in 3D, hell, 4D, which is basically where many people are at now, which is still playing out dualistic realities and releasing a lot of our ancestral timelines, emotions, everything that is held within that is not pure, that we are working on. And when we're in 5D, we know it. It's beautiful. It's magical. It is bliss. It is simple. It's simplicity. And we can still be in 5D and still be releasing our fears. Not so much traumas anymore, as we're done with that. But we still have things held within that are needing to be released, yet our life is beautiful and simple, and everything that we need is provided to us, for us, by our higher self. As we're still connected even when we don't feel like it. But the biggest message, actually they're all big, but it doesn't matter. The levels of consciousness don't really matter after we get to 5D. Doesn't matter. Sometimes I'm in 7D. Yes, I believe I am. 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, 9D, 10D, 11D, 12D. We bebop all over the place. And if we try to separate it all off, that's still separation. As is all the different star systems, star nations, all the different angels. I learned early on, we may call them ascended masters. We're all ascended masters. But when you are an ascended master or an archangel, they do not call themselves Lord or Master. Honestly, there's no separation up there either. So they don't want to be called or separated off. The only reason that they use their name is so that you can relate to who may be the energy that is speaking. So, Palladians, Arcturians, they don't care. It doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter. Let's just keep it simple. You may resonate more with one than the other, but you're not just from or associated with whatever you feel associated with in the moment or for years. It doesn't matter because we are all of these aspects, every one of us. We all have angelic aspects. We all have master aspects. We all have um, these Star Nation aspects. And it doesn't matter. When we try to categorize too much and break things down too much, yes, Syrian is strong, you know, kick your ass type energy that is no nonsense. Okay, yes, that is that aspect. But when we associate and resonate with just one, all that means is that we are integrating that aspect at that moment in time. So we need to not get too affixed to resonating with one aspect. You know, you may be obsessed with your dragon aspect for a while and really feel connected, and then all of a sudden it is disconnected. But it isn't disconnected, it integrated within you. So they're not gone. I remember when I integrated all my guides, all my aspects, angelic masters. I went the angelic route, Jesus, back in the 90s. So I was very much connected with them. And then I connected with the Galactics a few years ago. And I knew I'd went galactic. It was a very profound event during a full moon. And I had no idea what that even meant. Um, and all of a sudden, I was speaking with the Galactic Council of Light. Whereas before that, it was the White Brotherhood, it was the Ascended Masters, it was the angelic realm. But as we integrate these aspects, we no longer feel like they're outside of us, but sometimes it feels like a void space and then feels kind of lonely. It may feel kind of lonely because all of a sudden you're not hearing them or feeling them anymore. But what that truly means is they are integrated within you already. So all of these aspects, we're all one. So honestly, what does it matter? Like even when I wrote my book, I kept it very, very simple because it does not need to be complex. It was a step-by-step guide of stepping into your power and igniting your self-mastery. But it was my process. So you may not resonate with that, but you may resonate with someone else. It's the same thing with the light keepers, is that when we get to affixed to one light keeper and we put them on a pedestal, they've got nowhere else to go but down. And what happens then is it's really important to follow your own self-guidance, because I've always taught this, that everyone is an intuitive. Everyone has a direct link to source, because we are source. We are all a spark of source. So take what resonates with you, but don't become affixed to what they are telling you to do or how they are telling you that to live, because that's what worked for them. That's what resonates and what's their truth. But when we go by what everybody else is saying and doing, we are still giving our power away. So even though, I may follow some, believe it or not, I wasn't even online on Facebook or anything till 2012. And I really wasn't on there much until maybe the last few years. And I was relying on myself and what I was getting without giving my power away. That was part of stepping into my power, was not following everyone else and what they were saying and what they were doing, and putting that as, oh, that's what I need to say, that's what I need to do, that's how I need to be. It can all be so simple. We don't need all of these complex diagrams and complex understandings of how the universe works, which is us, our universe, inside. It does not have to be complex. It can be very, very simple. And when we make it complex, it can get confusing. Now, the more we are connected, the more we understand some more complex concepts, but that will come when you're ready. Don't wreck your brain if you don't understand something, or, if you're not resonating, then don't pay attention to it. If you don't understand something but you are resonating, then you should explore that. But there is no right or wrong way, an absolute way for everyone. Going within and sustaining our own connection and keeping it simple is beautiful, because all that matters is our heart space, our higher heart. We shift from our human heart to our higher heart, and then our entire vessel becomes a heart. We are love. We are pure love. So why wouldn't we be this beautiful heart? And love is simple. Unity consciousness is simple. Trusting our guidance, our inner guidance, is not always simple because our ego likes to complicate things. So remember this, if it's super complicated, or if you've got something going on and you're making it super complicated, that's not your higher self and you're not in your heart center. That is pure, full-on ego. Because in the higher realms, it's all about simplicity and it's all about unity. And it's beautiful. So let's not complicate it and let our ego get in the way and complicate everything. Divinity is simplicity. We have the honor and the privilege to be here while the masses are beginning to awaken at our own time, in our own way. And we're seeing a lot of clearing going on right now, which seems it's not an easy path, but it is simple. The last 2 nights, I thought I was ready for sleep. I laid in the bed for a couple hours and I couldn't sleep, so I just got up. And you know, there was a reason for it. I didn't know what it was. And then all of a sudden, something popped in the quiet of the night. Because I was considering, and I still may, I don't know, I flow with my guidance. So when we flow in our guidance with simplicity, everything falls into place. But my human was wanting to go home to be by my children because I've been away from them for almost a year now and I have not seen them. And I was feeling like maybe even though they're adults, young adults trying to get, they're getting their life together and stepping into their power. But I had this feeling that maybe they felt like I abandoned them. And last night it was the realization that it was actually me that felt abandoned from them because they are starseeds, of course. We all are. Come on. We all are. And they don't like to talk on the phone. And a lot of times they don't answer my texts. So it was actually me feeling abandoned from them. And that's how this works. We see what we think we see in others is actually within us. It's really quite simple. It's beautiful and it's simple. So let's keep it simple. So, I guess that's all I needed to share today. It's just about keeping things simple. Just remember this, our human and our ego wants to complicate everything. And it's not. Our journey, our ascension, our soul, our light. It's not complicated. It's simple. Honestly, all we have to do is integrate the light codes, integrate the energy. When we're in service 24/7. It doesn't matter what we're doing. Um, I really recently, well, actually, for quite some time now, feel like a slug, like I'm not getting enough done. But guess what? That's my ego. Everything is still provided for me. As I lay around, rest, sleep. Um, and then, of course, I write and make videos and do whatever, hold courses. That's still my service. It's all service. It all is. So let's not complicate it. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself so much love for all of the releasing that you're doing. For everything that you do, you're doing it perfectly. And I feel like everyone needs to hear that. You're doing it beautifully. You're doing it perfectly. And right on schedule for you. The best thing that you could do for yourself is trust your own inner guidance. How do we do that? You can meditate. You can go out in nature. You can sit in the sun and commune with the sun. Whatever you are led to do, it's so simple. Bring you joy. Whatever brings you joy. Go out and talk to a stranger. Make their day. Smile at them. Hold the door open for them. It's so, so simple. So I don't judge anyone that whips out their big sheet and makes all this complicated whatever. That's their path. If they want to keep it, if they want it complicated, they can have complicated. It's not complicated. It's really simple. Really, really simple. All we have to do is connect. Connect to our higher self and follow the guidance. And something that I tried to do today, for example, which I know that I'm supposed to do, but I needed to print something out and it's not printing. The printer won't work. Do I get all upset about that? No. I trust and I know. Oh, I guess I'm not supposed to do that right now. Maybe later, but, or maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, the next day. Doesn't matter. But it's simple. So I know whether I was supposed to make this video today or go live. I couldn't decide, but I felt like I needed to make a video so that I could put it on YouTube because I do have Ascension mushy brain a lot of time, and I don't know how to put a live video on my YouTube channel. So that is when my head is right. I'm trying to learn how to work with technology. And I don't listen to my ego that wants to beat me up and say, you're stupid, you can't do it. I used to listen all the time, but I don't listen anymore. I still hear it, but I don't listen. So let's keep it simple and see the beauty of simplicity in all ways, in every way. I love you, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.